Welcome to the Season 1 finale of The Card Life, presented by Loupe. Over the last year, we traveled across the country, visiting more than a dozen states to talk to people about their love of the sports card hobby. The good news is Season 2 of The Card Life starts next month, but first we want to take a look back on some of our favorite memories from this past year. Let's start with everyone's favorite part of this hobby, the hits. Here are the best cards we saw, pulled, or discovered during Season 1.
These are actually 1990 Topps partial blacklist cards. What a lot of people don't realize is the 1990 Topps Frank Thomas no name on front.
Yeah.
It actually has 12, 13 cards surrounding it that are actually part of that blacklist void.
Alrighty.
And that's what these cards are. They're actually the cards that surround the Frank Thomas.
Obviously super rare. Do you have an idea of value on some of these cards? Obviously player depends, but.
Within the community, over the last couple of years, they typically go for about $1,000 for a PSA 8 or equivalent. They're just so incredibly rare, they hardly ever sell.
So right here we have a box of 1990 Topps cards that a no-name Frank Thomas was pulled out of, but the rest of it was not searched for the remaining blacklist cards or blacklist labels. So we'll cut into this here and we'll go through it and see if we can find some of these blacklist cards.
So here's a Joe McGrain, and you just struck gold, my friend.
Really?
Yes, it is. It is a blacklist Joe McGrain. You struck gold.
There you go.
The blacklist portion of it is this corner right here.
Wow.
And that might be the nicest condition one I've ever seen.
That is awesome. Well, you got a John Morris one.
That is also a partial blacklist.
Up top right.
Yep. That is two.
It's not even my card and I got chills pulling it out.
I am feeling shivers right now. I'm like,
that's what's so cool about cards.
I can't believe this is happening.
There we go, we got it. In the very next pack. And it actually looks fairly clean. That is something else. Hey, oh! Got another one. Two of them. Davis. There's another, ooh. Ooh, you see that? This is the minted Kobe. Oh my God. I just got chills. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I got goosebumps from that. This is what cards do to me. Oh my goodness. That was awesome. That is so sick. There we go. Little dual piece, Albert Pujols Ichiro. Very nice. 2001 Rookie of the Year. This is a really cool card.
I actually have a couple of modern cards. Some guy.
Just a few, huh?
The blue refractor.
Oh my gosh. That is unbelievable.
And then the Bowman Sterling refractor auto. Those are pretty cool. I haven't come to part with the blue refractor yet.
I don't think you should. This one is, yeah. That one's got me speechless. And then we got Ziegler and a Matt Strahm auto. What are the odds of that? That is something else. That is something else. That is sick. That is the first time I've ever pulled one of my own autos out of a hobby box. And y'all got to witness it, so that is sweet. That is very sweet. Some absolute fire cards from the first season. Up next, the card creators, from artists to set developers from the last year.
Why bother with empty shelves at retail stores, waiting 3 days for a break to fill, or driving across town to find out your hobby shop closed at 4 when you always have a card show in your pocket? With Loupe, you can instantly buy cards, packs, boxes, or into auctions with the click of a button. And do it all while chatting with some of the best personalities and the best community in the hobby. Download the Loupe app now on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
Loupe is proud to be the presenting sponsor of The Card Life. Here are some of the best break hits from the last month.
Come on, 1 of 1. Oh! Mike Trout! 1 of 1! Oh my God! Oh my God!
3 of 5 on card. Are you kidding me?
Join the Loupe community now by downloading the app on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
Welcome back to The Card Life, presented by Loupe. During season 1, we interviewed people who have played every role in the creation of sports cards, from artists and innovators to people who have created entire sets. Here's a look back at some of the people that have taken us behind the scenes of the hobby.
If you go back to my comic book days, I said, you know what, every athlete should be treated like a comic book superhero. So I called the style sports fantasy, and I started painting images that imagined the athletes in the way that I thought their fans saw them. So hence the Dwight Gooden, Flamethrower was the name of the painting. What I did was I sent the image along with my idea of what art on cards should be. I sent it to Topps, I sent it to Donruss, and I sent it to Fleer. And that was that. Nothing happened. 2 years later, I get a call from a VP at Fleer, and he goes, hey, I found this. Fleer had been sold, and he found it in the desk of his predecessor. He said, I kind of like these. Let's work something out where you'll do these for us. So that's what led to it, and he came up with the name Provisions, and that's where we ended up. So that's how that first set of black bordered Provisions came about. I picked the athletes, I designed the products. Basically they gave me free reign to do whatever I wanted to do, select the athletes, come up with the images, come up with the themes, name the pieces, and design the cards. That's kind of where it led, and then they were received pretty well. So they said, hey, you do this for football? I said, sure. So then did the same thing with football, and then we did the same thing with basketball. The Gooden piece stands out for me because that was the first. And that was the one that got it started. So that was an important piece to me. Michael Jordan was the first basketball piece I did. At the time I did it, he was on his way to being that iconic figure. That piece was done before Space Jam. People would always come up to me and they go, oh, you did it? I said, no, Space Jam didn't exist when I did that. So this is the original for that Michael Jordan Fleer card. If you get in close, you'll see all of the, after I paint it, I'll hand paint it, and then I'll airbrush over it, and then I'll go back in and paint the details.
My name is Nick Wassica. I'm a freelance sports photographer from Shakopee, Minnesota. It was always a goal to get my work on trading cards because I'd been collecting since I was 7 years old. I bought my first box of 82 Topps, and then my first set was 83 Topps, and get that job to go cut the grass, and then you get the money, and then you beg your parents to take you to the card shop, and then you blow all the money you just made the week before cutting grass. Loved it, absolutely loved it. The way it works, when I go cover a game, throughout the game I'm submitting at least 25 to 40 photos, and these are the stories that tell about what happened during the game. Losing pitcher, this guy hit a bomb, made their debut, that sort of thing. And then afterwards, we do what's called a second edit, and I can go through and anything that I think looks cool, I edit, and then I'll transmit, and then they end up on the wire. That's where, a photo editor can go to one of these wire services and type in Mike Trout, Angel Stadium, and every photo that's ever been submitted from that year and that criteria is gonna pop up. The photo editor is going to scour through all of these photos and pick 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever that end up on cards. So I think that's sort of like the coolest part for me, because somebody saw enough in my work to pick it out of these thousands of photos and put it on a card.
I'm Tom Guideman, and I'm the creator of the 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. card. Actually, I was the first person ever hired at Upper Deck the day after I graduated high school. They brought me into the fold because of my kind of rookie stockbroker mentality. I could tell who were the up-and-coming rookies, and just my knowledge about baseball and my love of trading cards. And I was cheap because I was like 17. They anointed me to just come up with the entire set. So it was my responsibility to figure out who was going to be in it, what subsets were going to be in it. I created all that stuff on my old Macintosh computer that my parents bought me for college. This is the sketch I had done. So this was the card back for the Star Rookies. This was the sketch that they used to make all super pretty and nice. Ken Griffey Jr. had just won Single A Player of the Year. I had figured there's no way this 19-year-old guy who is a 1987 #1 overall draft pick, there's no way he's going to come in 1989 and make the major league squad. He only had 17 games in AA, nothing above that. My thought was, Griffey's going to go to the minor leagues. He's going to probably start at AA, be a mid-season September call-up, and then eventually he was going to be the guy that everybody was going to seek out. As luck would have it, he ended up making the major league roster opening day and had a fantastic career from there.
Definitely shows you how much work goes into that piece of cardboard you pull out of a pack. Up next, the best personalities from season 1 of The Card Life.
PristineAuction.com. It's baseball stuff, it's basketball, it's wrestling, it's Marvel stuff.
Tatis, Patrick Mahomes, Wayne Gretzky, LeBron James, autographed Adidas jersey, Mookie Betts, Muhammad Ali.
Personal favorite thing on the site are the 10-minute auctions. You can bid on the item for only 10 minutes. Highest bidder wins.
It's free to register, free to bid. Sign up today, PristineAuction.com.
Pristine Auction is a proud sponsor of The Card Life. Head over to PristineAuction.com, where over 10,000 sports card auctions end every week. One of the best things in this hobby is the wide range of personalities in it. From a 9-year-old influencer to a priest, we've talked to them all.
I said to my mom and dad, "Hey Mom and Dad, can I please go on social media? It's been my dream for a very long time. I've just been holding it in all this time."
He said, "Well, what about if I review all these baseball cards?" I'm like, "What do you mean all?" He's like, "All 1,020 of them." I'm like, "You want to review this whole project?" He's like, "Yeah."
Welcome to the Breakdown, where I cover all top projects and the cards over the next year. All 1,000. Now let's take a look at these awesome cards. Here's top projects from the card. 460. Hey, 460. 1959 Mickey Mantle by Matt Taylor. What I like about this card is I like how there's a little mini-me. And he just hit a home run and he's watching. And that's his rookie card. Nice.
I just literally send him the screenshots of the cards, and he just tells me whatever comes out of it here, heart and mind.
I don't care about the benefits or anything. I care about the people I can meet, the cards I can see. It's just great. Yeet, yeet. Bye, peace, guys.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Let's get it. Let's put some heat. First packs opened up today on the stream. Let's get it. This last off season, I started to get tagged in a couple Instagram breakers, things. All these people are tagging me, like, excited to have my card, and all these people have PCs or personal collections of A.J. Dillon. And I hopped in live, I hopped in Rated Rips, and I was like, hey, why can't I do it? And we got the shop. Dinks on top of the Panini one. If that doesn't scream good luck, I don't know what does. I'm just enjoying my first couple breaks over there on the Loupe app. Sometimes I'm streaming for 2 hours, sometimes I'm on for 6, and nothing better than to get to interact with everybody. You know, you got the upcoming rookie receiver, and then you got the best receiver in the league. I don't even need to say his name, but I will for you guys. Avonte Adams, timeless talents, you know, it says it all. I feel like through cards, I have an audience that really enjoys, you know, getting to know me. While we're all here for the same hobby, we're also like just chatting it up and having a good time. We got a Jordan Love. Sorry to hurt your ears. We got my guy J Love in the building. First appearance tonight on the stream. Rookie J Love, there we go. He's just a wee little baby here, but now he's all grown up.
Basically, as far as I can remember back, I was a Twins fan. And then we would do chores around the house and we'd get a little money for it. Maybe I'd get a quarter, 25 cents, and I'd go down to the corner store and buy a pack of cards and some candy. And that was life in the early 70s. It was great. And then it really wasn't until January of this past year when I received a text from my brother saying, "Did you hear that Hank Aaron died?" And I'd been checking a little bit, and then all of a sudden I thought, why don't I do something with these cards? They're in a cabinet. I'm not really using them anymore. I'm interested, but maybe I could put them to some better use. So I'm on the board of the Aim Higher Foundation. The Aim Higher Foundation provides $1,000 scholarships to needy families at all the Catholic grade schools. It doesn't matter if the students themselves are Catholic, but if they're at one of our archdiocesan schools, they can apply for this. And I know how great the need is. And so I love the organization. And I began thinking, well, if these cards are worth more than I thought, maybe we could parlay this into some kind of an auction. And so altogether, $152,000. I will say I've been a priest for 32 years, and this was one of the most remarkable periods of time in my priesthood. It's to be involved in this, it made me feel so good. There is true joy in giving. And people said, do you regret it? You know, should you have waited a year? Maybe some cards would be worth more. I said, I don't even think that. This was a wonderful opportunity. I took something that meant something to me, and I was able to turn it into something that's going to mean something for other people. And so this really not only brought back a lot of good memories, but it reminded me that our childhood is worth something. And that looking back with nostalgia, we can make something of those memories.
Speaking of personalities, up next are best interviews with local card shop owners. Check out Pristine Auctions 10-minute auctions and daily auctions with no reserve at pristineauction.com.
Why bother with empty shelves at retail stores, waiting 3 days for a break to fill, or driving across town to find out your hobby shop closed at 4 when you always have a card show in your pocket? With Loupe, you can instantly buy cards, packs, boxes, or into auctions with the click of a button, and do it all while chatting with some of the best personalities and the best community in the hobby. Download the Loupe app now on iOS or Android. Loupe, a card show in your pocket.
Tired of paying 10%, 15%, or more to sell your cards, comics, and digital collectibles? How does 1% sound? Too good to be true? Well, not anymore. MySlabs.com is the web's premier user-driven marketplace for buying and selling slabbed cards, sealed wax, and now slabbed comics and digital collectibles. So the next time you're forced to pay 10% or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com and join the 1% revolution.
Local card shops have always been and will always be a huge part of this hobby. In every city we visit, we profile an LCS in that community. Their stories are as unique as their shops.
I always wanted to open a card store. I was doing card shows in the mid-'80s. 1989, every Sunday, my wife and I would watch this TV pastor, Robert Schuller. And one Sunday, he had this message that would something like, God's given you all sorts of great ideas. When are you going to have the faith to act on some of these? And it's like he was talking to me. It was a couple days later, I'm watching TV and Field of Dreams is on. So you know the routine there. If you build it, he will come. So I'm going, if I open it, they will come.
We started collecting cards when I was in 4th grade. It all started with, I came home from school one day with a Wade Boggs 1983 Fleer. That I had traded a carton of milk for to a kid in the lunchroom. I got home, I showed my dad, I was like, hey Dad, look what I got, man. He's like, what is that? He starts doing a little research. He's like, man, that thing's worth like $25. He's like, here's $5, go get you 2 cartons of milk and see what you can get. Kind of started from there, and we just collected together. We would do local shows together, go visit all the local hobby shops, and been rolling ever since.
We have a physical shop now. Opening a shop for ourselves was really important just because we work with dozens of brick and mortar shops all over the US, and there's just a certain respect of knowing all of the struggles of running a physical shop. It's very different than running an online only business. So what does it actually take to set one up, to bring people in the door? How do you sell things to them, as well as keeping stock? That was just really important to us so that we don't have guesses. Like, we actually know what it takes to get a retail shop from 0 to fully operational. And that just gives us a perspective that we otherwise wouldn't have had. We're gonna be doing trade nights, signings, education, and we want people that are just in love with the hobby or wanting to learn, like, this is their home. It's welcoming, there's no judgment, and we just want to get cards in their hands and get them really excited about the same things that we love interacting with every day.
Now that I own a card store, I don't have the time or the passion to do it like I used to. I started in '93, so all my sets are newer, 93 and newer. I'm always a fan of Topps Finest. Not a better set made.
What's your main card in your collection? Your favorite one?
I got 3, actually. PSA 10, Mike Trout.
Okay.
The Diamond Sparkle, Cognac Sparkle, and
the Cognac, I love that one. The Cognac's beautiful. What Tatis cards do you have in here? The Tatis blew up. This is unreal. So my only gripe about Tatis's rookie card is he's gonna wear the brown and gold for 14 years, and he's in navy blue in his rookie card.
Oh my goodness, that is a Tom Brady autograph. Oh my, 1 of 1 diamond LaMelo Ball rookie. That's a hit. Wow, that's a big card, guys. Oh, quarterback, Joey Burrow. Yes, please, out of the first box. Oh, sick. Mike Trout, on-card autograph, 9.5, autograph grade 10.
A big thank you to everyone who is a part of Season 1 and to all of our viewers. The hobby is an amazing community, and we are proud to be the first TV show all about sports cards. We'll see you next month for Episode 1 of Season 2. Until then, I'm your host, Matt Strahm. This is The Card Life, presented by Loupe.